post noong simula ng February. Nakapagpabagsak na ang system ng 4 na drones kahit nasa testing phase pa lang. Ibig sabihin hindi lang ito experimental, gumagana na talaga. May lumabas pang larawan mula sa report kung saan makikita ang isang malakas na sinag ng puting ilaw na nanggagaling sa USS Preble. Hindi ito manipis na laser na parang pointer. Ito ay tuloy-tuloy na beam, parang isang diretso at mainit na linya na kayang tunawin ng target.
Habang ang Israel naman, abay itinumba na naman ng ilang mga natitirang commander ng Iran. Sa update sa patuloy na gyera sa Middle East, abay muli na namang nagsagawa ng pambobomba ang mga US bombers sa Iran na kinasasangkutan ng B-52 Stratofortress. Ilan sa mga binomba nito ay ipinakita ng US Central Command kung saan makikita ang kabundukan na makailang beses na binagsakan ng bunker buster. Sa isa pang larawan na ipinakita ng CENTCOM ay makikita naman ang kabundukan na mayroong mga entrance at exit ng mga underground. Makikita din ang madilaw na usok na umano'y hazardous materials na tinatawag nilang nitrogen dioxide dahil sa pinasabog na ammonium nitrate na malamang na ang underground ay isang pangunahing pasilidad sa pag-iimbak at paggawa ng mga missiles at pampasabog. Kasunod niyan, ang isa pang binomba ng Amerika ay ang ballistic missiles facilities naman nito sa Tabriz at dito ay makikita rin ang makapal na usok habang umaapoy. Habang sa isa pang larawan na kuha ng satellite image ay makikita naman ang nasa 40 pasilidad na binura ng mga bombers ng Amerika. Ayon sa mga ulat ng UK ay wala umanong
Malakas na airstrike naman ang tumama sa Badati Air Base sa Iran na inilunsad ng mga eroplano mandirigma ng Israel at Amerika. Ayon sa mga ulat, malalakas na pagsabog ang naramdaman ng mga residente sa lugar, kabilang ang secondary blast mula sa mga ammunition depot ng Iran military. Ito na siguro ang maituturing na pinakamalaking opensiba ng Amerika at Israel sa digmaang ito. Ang Dezbul Air Base ng Iran, nakilala rin bilang 4th Tactical Air Base ng Islamic Republic of Iran Air Force, ay isang mahalagang military installation. Ang pagwasak nito ay isang malaking kawalan at pilay sa mga militar ng Iran. President Trump inihayag sa mga reporter na ayaw nitong magkaroon ng ceasefire, lalo't mas humihina na ang puwersa ng Iran.
Well, look, we can have dialogue, but I don't want to do a ceasefire. You know, you don't do a ceasefire when you're literally obliterating the other side. They don't have a Navy. They don't have an Air Force. They don't have any equipment they don't have any spotters. They don't have anti-aircraft. They don't have radar. And their leaders have all been killed at every level. We're not looking to do that.
Mr. President?
Thank you.
Matapos ang pahayag na ito ng Pangulo ng Amerika, US attack submarine umatake laban sa Iran. Makikita sa video ang paglunsad ng isang submarine na mga Tomahawk missile upang tamaan ang target ito sa Iran.
Hi, I'm Admiral Brad Cooper, Commander of U.S. Central Command, here for my 4th update on Operation Epic Fury. On day 22 of combat operations, U.S. forces continue to take bold action and remain on plan to eliminate Iran's ability to project meaningful power outside its borders. Just 2 days ago, the U.S. Army launched the longest field artillery strike in Army combat history using precision strike missiles. The strike took out Iranian military infrastructure, demonstrating the U.S. military's unmatched reach and lethality. Iran has lost significant combat capability over the last 3 weeks. We are taking out thousands of Iranian missiles, advanced attack drones, and all of Iran's navy, which they use to harass international shipping. Their navy is not sailing, their tactical fighters are not flying, and they've lost the ability to launch missiles and drones at the high rates seen at the beginning of the conflict. Our progress is obvious. U.S. forces maintain air superiority over Iran's skies, having now flown over 8,000 combat flights. Our air crews are performing exceptionally across the fight, from tankers to fighters and bombers to land-based and carrier-based aviation doing a superb job. Tankers are extending our reach so that we can keep constant pressure on the enemy. Fighters and bombers are delivering precision strikes against our primary objectives, and our pilots across the board are dynamically hunting threats as well, finding and eliminating targets in real time. So far, we've struck over 8,000 military targets, including 130 Iranian vessels, constituting the largest elimination of a navy over a 3-week period since World War II. My operational assessment continues to be Iran's combat capability is on a steady decline as our offensive strikes ramp up. While U.S. forces continue to sustain overwhelming offensive firepower, I want to recognize our air defenders mounting a coordinated defense against Iran's attacks. We have built the most extensive air defense umbrella in the world over the Middle East right now. This is thanks to years of investment alongside our allies and partners to build a robust and integrated air and missile defense architecture. For more than a decade, books have been written about the concept of a Middle East air defense. Today, it's alive and well. Our Gulf partners, in particular, have defended against thousands of Iranian drone attacks, a clear demonstration of the strength of our partnerships as we work shoulder to shoulder. We also remain zeroed in on dismantling Iran's decades-old threat to the free flow of commerce throughout the Strait of Hormuz. For example, earlier this week, we dropped multiple 5,000-pound bombs on an underground facility located along Iran's coastline. The Iranian regime used the hardened underground facility to discreetly store anti-ship cruise missiles, mobile missile launchers, and other equipment that presented a dangerous risk to international shipping. We not only took out the facility, but also destroyed intelligence support sites and missile radar relays that were used to monitor ship movements. Iran's ability to threaten freedom of navigation in and around the Strait of Hormuz is degraded as a result, and we will not stop pursuing these targets. At the beginning of this campaign, I sent a letter to the more than 50,000 American servicemen and women supporting Operation Epic Fury. For our forces serving in the Middle East, I'd like to reiterate 3 key points. Number 1, be relentlessly lethal. We have the momentum. Number 2, be a great teammate. Continue to take care of one another. And number 3, steady your resolve. For we stand on the shoulders of giants, American heroes who have served with tenacity, grit, and honor. Fall back on your training. It is the best in the world. I just could not be prouder of our warfighters, and I know that the American people share in the same pride. Thanks so much. Godspeed.
The United States is rapidly reinforcing the Middle East. Thousands of Marines and one of the Navy's most advanced warships is now heading towards the region. The ship is the USS Tripoli, and it's been deployed as the Gulf crisis enters its 3rd week. But why send a ship like this now? And what exactly is the US preparing for? According to US defense officials, the USS Tripoli and elements of the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit have been ordered to deploy towards the Middle East. The 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit is a rapid response force of about 2,200 Marines based in Okinawa, Japan. These units are designed to move fast and handle multiple missions, including amphibious assaults, embassy security, civilian evacuations, and crisis response. So this deployment doesn't automatically mean that a ground invasion is coming, but it does mean the US is preparing for a wide range of scenarios. And the Tripoli won't be operating alone, as it will be joining over 12 warships the US Navy has up. The US already has significant firepower in the region when you take into account the 8,000 American troops at Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, which is one of the largest US bases in the Middle East. The addition of the Tripoli significantly ramps up that firepower. Just days ago, the USS Tripoli was operating in the Philippine Sea alongside the USS San Diego and the USS New Orleans. Together they formed the Tripoli Amphibious Ready Group. But satellite trackers recently spotted the Tripoli sailing alone south of Taiwan through the Luzon Strait, which would put it about a week away from the waters near Iran. The Marines on board come from the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit, one of the US military's most flexible combat units. They recently participated in Iron Fist, a major joint military exercise with Japan. And earlier this year, the unit achieved full operational certification, meaning it's fully ready for deployment anywhere in the world. Historically, Marine expeditionary units deployed to the Middle East are often used for non-combat evacuation operations. That means getting civilians out of dangerous situations quickly, but their capabilities go far beyond that. The USS Tripoli is not just another warship. It's one of the newest America-class amphibious assault ships in the US Navy, and it's designed to function almost like a light aircraft carrier. Unlike older amphibious ships, Tripoli removed its landing craft deck to make room for more aircraft and fuel. That allows it to carry advanced aircraft like the F-35B Lightning II, the Marine Corps' stealth fighter. In fact, during testing in 2022, Tripoli carried 19 F-35B fighters at once. That experiment became known as the Navy's Lightning Carrier concept, essentially turning the ship into a mini aircraft carrier. The name Tripoli carries great significance in Marine Corps history. It honours the US Marine Corps victory at the Battle of Derna during the First Barbary War. That campaign inspired the famous line in the Marine Corps hymn, "To the shores of Tripoli." This makes the current ship the third US Navy vessel to carry the name. For now, officials say the deployment is meant to increase flexibility for US commanders in the region. But military analysts say the Tripoli brings several strategic capabilities such as rapid civilian evacuations, air power through F-35B fighters, marine deployments for security missions, and potential amphibious operations if tensions escalate. In short, the Tripoli gives the US options. And in a rapidly escalating conflict, options are critical. As the conflict continues to unfold, the arrival of the USS Tripoli and the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit could significantly expand US military capabilities in the Middle East. Whether this deployment is a precaution or preparation for something bigger remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, the US military buildup in the region is growing, and the world will be watching to see what happens next. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.
With justice in our eyes, let's